Oh my God. I don't even know where to start. But now that I got this game called ARMS for the Switch, my entire body is so sore. My back, both my arms, my entire arm. Like if I go like this, the pain kind of just like go increases and it goes up to my shoulders and my back. And ever since I started playing that game last night, I've been wanting to buy more fitness games like Switch Tennis and Dance Dance 2020 to work out my body. It's excruciatingly tired. Um, so if you guys don't know what the game ARMS is, it's gonna be weird how I found out about this game. So there's this guy that I follow on YouTube, not follow, but I subscribe to on the YouTube channel, and he goes by the name of ASMR Ryan. And I watch a lot of ASMR videos, and my favorite by this particular YouTuber has always been his video game role plays and stuff like that. It's always my favorite because I myself am a big time gamer. I've loved video games since I was a kid. I've played it since I was a kid. My very first console that I had growing up, well, actually, no, it wasn't the PlayStation. When I was little, the first game console that I got my hands on was the Nintendo, what the very first old Nintendo system that had those game slots and then my second childhood console was the PlayStation 1. And one of the first games I played was basically, I think it was like, it wasn't Crash. It was like a CD that had all these miniature old classic games on there, like Toy Story, and it had there was another one, I forgot what it was called, but you can either choose to be the brother or the sister, and you would end up fighting off these zombies and these creatures and stuff. And then our other game that we played was Crash Bandicoot, and Crash was another game that I grew up with. Then after that, we upgraded into the PlayStation 2 console, and we started playing Spinks. And it was just like one of the many games that we would play all the time, and we were playing Harry Potter, well, my sister was. Then we played Tekken and all those other games. But now that I'm older, I started playing like the PlayStation. The PlayStation's another one that I grew up with because, like I said, I played with the PlayStation 2. Then when the PS3 came out, I started playing with the PlayStation Move, and the PlayStation Move was really good for working out in. Now, I noticed that I needed to start losing weight because I started getting chest pains and anxiety and symptoms of heart disease. So I needed to really work out how to fix that issue. So, when my brother-in-law told me about the Nintendo Switch, he was like, hey, the Nintendo Switch is really good for that. Like, I think you'll really like it. The games are super, super fun. And they play with all like the old school games like Mario and all that stuff. And I think you would really enjoy it. So what I didn't know was that the Nintendo Switch can also be played like the PlayStation Move. It can also be a really good workout game. So I was kind of confused at first because when the first fitness game that I heard about that they had for the Switch was the Dance Dance 2020. And I was like, but how can you play Dance Dance on the Switch when all I've known was that it was for like the PlayStation Move and I just didn't see how that could work with the Switch. But then I remembered, I was like, wait a minute. When I first tried out the Nintendo Switch, I was like, I really loved it because I realized that you can actually move your hand. And it was a game, it was a demo off of Mario, but I don't remember exactly what it was called, but you had to like somehow you would put your hands up and it would activate the shield on the game automatically if you just put your hands up. So then when I was watching this guy his video, ASMR Ryan, he was introducing a bunch of games that he had for the Switch. And one of them was called ARMS. So I was like, what the hell is ARMS? And he said, you know, he was mentioning that it was like a really fun game, and it was boxing, and you use your hands to basically throw punches and stuff. So I was like, holy crap. I'm like, I love games like that. I love boxing. And I used to have the PlayStation 4 Virtual Reality, but what happened was that my mother ended up accidentally breaking one of the wires that are attached to the VR system to attach to the PlayStation. And because she broke it, that can't be replaced because it's basically legit attached to the VR, and there's no way of removing that or fixing it. You just can't. So that was like $600 down the toilet. So when I heard about this game ARMS, I was like, damn, like, you know what? Now I really got to try this game. So I ended up exiting out of YouTube, and I contacted my father, and I said, hey, Dad, can we buy this game ARMS? I really want to try it out, and I think it would be a great exercise for me in the morning. So also, it was on sale, so I was super excited for it. The game was originally $50, but because it was on sale, I could get it for $41, but because there was tax, it cost me $44, but that's still a pretty good sale for it. So I got my dad to come home, and the minute that I heard about this game, I got it that same exact day when I heard about the game. So basically, that game is, let me show you a quick minute. Alright, so let me just grab the controls. Where did I put them? Crap. Oh man, where are the controls? Oh, they're right here. Okay. So I don't know if you can really see it too well on here. I'm not going to try to click anything, but this is the game. This is called ARMS. And I'm going to... No, I don't want to do that. Go back. So what you do is... Well, first let's get rid of the controllers. Get them off of here. Okay. And this is what the Switch looks like without the controls. It's very small. Shocking. So, hold on a second. I think I did something. So basically, with this game, my hands are killing me when I'm doing this. Okay, so basically with this one is, you know, I could be standing to do this, but I don't feel like standing right now. So basically you stand, and they're probably lighting up because I hit a button, but you have to stand like this or whatever posture, and basically you go like this. Ow. And what happens is that when you punch, the character that you're using will punch the same exact way. And if you move your hand slightly, the punches will curve. So if you move your hand, you can also control the punches of the character, so that character will punch just like you. Now, the only thing that the character will not actually do is if you try to do an uppercut, it won't really do that. But if you punch straight and you move your hand like that, then the punches will curve. Basically, what these characters look like is they have punches that have springs on them. So when you're punching, the punches actually spring outward and they stretch out like a sling, like a slingy. and they'll extend, and the punches will just go out straight, or they'll go straight and then they'll turn. And then if you want to do a block, you don't have to hit any buttons, you just go like this, and the character will do the same exact thing. Now, the only buttons you have to use on here is if you use the, I'm trying to look at these things real quick. Yeah, so you gotta use the R2 and the R1 buttons at the bottom to basically just use your special attack. Now, each glove has its own special ability and its own way of throwing punches. Now, the one that I have been using the most was probably, so far, has been the rocket gloves. And the rocket gloves are, obviously, they're shaped like rockets. And, when you punch with those gloves, they actually come out like a rocket. They shoot out like a rocket. And, also, the special move with those is when you're using a special move, the rockets basically throw like these crazy critical punches all at once, and it looks like a bunch of missiles that are just flying at you. And then there's also another special move where you can actually hold you can actually take both of your hands, and you don't have to, because you already activated a special attack with these buttons. All you have to do is just take your hands and throw it straightward, and then it has this little net that will, tie up the opponent around you and pull them towards you. And it does this kind of move where it looks like an explosion, and it deals a lot of damage. And then there's another one that looks like a bunch of rockets, but they're like, I think it's like 4 different mini rockets on these 2 gloves that are green. And when you're extending your arms out like this, there's 4 little missiles that actually shoot out from the glove itself and actually attack your opponent. And then I think the special move for that one, it looks like a tornado, and it kind of spins your character everywhere. So you can shoot like probably about 5 altogether. And then if you want to do if you want to do a lot of damage, you just basically put your hand out like that, and it does this one giant tornado that just completely takes a big chunk of their health out of them. And then there's one that is a boomerang, and it shoots these flying, spinning looking boomerangs out at your character. I don't exactly remember the special move for that one. And then you just have the regular basic punching gloves where they just punch regularly. And, excuse me, I have a really bad cough. And then, you can also unlock different boxing gloves that have different special abilities, but the only thing is, each boxing glove is fit for a different character, so so you have to basically, you have to choose a different character to use that glove. You can't just select it. So if you want to use that particular glove that you just unlocked, you have to choose a different character. And a way to unlock... Jeez. Excuse me a minute. I gotta drink some water. I'm so sorry, guys. I know you don't cough this much during my videos, but I cough. I caught a mild cold from my friend, and I got some of it. I gotta find some cough drops. Oh, that hurts. Okay, so like I was saying, God, that was fucking terrible. So like I was saying before, well, was gonna say before I got really interrupted by me coughing, the way that you can unlock different gloves is there's this thing that you click on, and it's called Get Gloves. But in order to do that, you have to fight to get coins in the game to use to get gloves. Now, it's not going to take you to a shop where you can purchase different gloves with the money that you've earned in the game. Basically, it's going to show you 3 options. You can train for them, or you can basically play mini games. Well, it's not really mini games. It's more like of a training course. And you can purchase different ones. You can purchase different times. You can choose to get a medium timer, or basically you can also choose to buy a short timer. And each one basically represents a difficulty, but they also cost more money. The most expensive one would cost about 300, I don't know what Japanese call it, 300 different coins. And you would also get a better chance of a rare glove if you get a really good high score. And you have to basically punch these targets, or punch a box that's flying in the air, and then if you get it, you'll get this little high score on the wall that shows a character going like this, meaning that you got a high score. And the higher the score, the better chance of getting a good glove, or getting a glove. And then when the time is up, you'll basically, it'll show you the gloves that you've unlocked. So you'll either unlock like maybe 3 or 2, depending how good you did, the more you get. So now, because my phone is freaking dying, I will show you guys a trailer. So, oops. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. But, yeah, so I would love to show you a video, but my phone's dying. So, but I'll probably upload a video of me playing the game, but I just gotta get power phone. Have a great day.